But we got a lot accomplished in the last 2 years, and I think that's the most incredible thing, with making sure that leaders on the board, young leaders who join the board, were able to get into leadership roles on the board and execute and move their passion in the community forward. We got many different events done. We're more visible in the community. And so this last 2 years, while I decided not to run for reelection, I know that I'm going to be leaving the leadership in good hands for the next person. And we'll be here to support the next person however I can. But I definitely just wanted to say thank you to the board. It's been 10 years that I've been serving on this community board, and 2 of my last of the 10 were as the chair. And so I just want to say thank you for that. It's been great. I do want to call this meeting to order. I do want to call this meeting to order. So can we do roll call, please?
Clarissa Arieta.
Present.
Evelyn Alvarez. Nandi Ambrose. Daniel Barber.
Present.
Robert Barnes.
Present.
Cecil Brooks Jr. Stephanie Calzado. Carolyn Chamorro. Maura Cosme. Christina Culver.
Present.
Audrey De Jesus.
Present.
Jacqueline De Jesus.
Present.
I get her name wrong all the time. Sorry. Naisha Dahari. Josephine Fernandez Byrne.
Present.
Brenda Goodwin.
Present.
Christine Licata. Paola Martinez.
Present.
Dolerty Namorin.
Present.
Argelia Ortiz.
Present.
Emmanuel Padilla. Marilyn Pena.
Present.
Freddie Perez Jr.
Present.
Rosa Pinedo.
Present.
Joyce Popus.
Present.
Jose Rodriguez. Mohammed Sheikh.
Present.
Patricia Simpson.
Present.
Whitney Williams. Cesar Young.
Present.
Chair, we have.
Awesome, great, thank you, Stephen. All right, so we're gonna move forward for the approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
I, Mohammed Sheikh, like to make approval for the previous agenda.
Can we get a second?
Second,
Name,
Josephine Byrne.
any abstentions? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We need to approve the May 2025 full board meeting, June 2025 full board meetings, committee meetings, summer committee meetings. So everyone should have gotten that, reviewed that. I don't have the agenda. You don't have an agenda? No. Can we get a motion to approve item number 5?
I, good morning, make a motion to approve, the minutes for May 2025 full board, June 2025 full board, June 2025 committee meeting, and summer 2025 committee meetings.
I, Ortiz De Jesus, second the approval of the minutes. Any abstentions?
Daniel Barber.
Abstention?
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We move to, one abstention. We move to the board elections. Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, as Stephen's gonna hand out what the executive committee voted for ballots for the election. So as you get your ballot, you will have 3 different ballots for 3 offices, all 3 colors. I'll go over the rest of it after we get the ballots out.
Just like a moment.
Who's doing the, count?
Elected official offices. So it
Do you
is,
know who?
it is, we have the mayor's office, you have the senator's office, and we have the NYPD.
We could vote now, we could start.
Please
I think wait until,
please wait until we give out and explain to how it's gonna go.
Hello. Hi.
Just sign the sheet. And then she's getting the ballots then, okay? Just look at the marker. We have the markers here.
All right, so as these are coming around so that we can save a little time, you'll see that the yellow one is for one position, which
We
is
have
board
order,
chair.
please. The chair is speaking. Can we have order, please? Mr. Francis, can we have order, please?
The pink is first vice chair and the green is second vice chair. So there's some directions here. So you have options. The other question I think some folks had was, can you write in nomination? And I think each one has a spot where you can write in someone's name for that position,
I don't think, wait,
which is
is that in
how we
the,
did it the last time.
is that right?
Yeah.
So my understanding was that the reason why it was written in last time because Ambrose was somebody that was nominated
Made a mistake.
and that added to the ballot. That's what was write-in, and that's the reason why we wrote in Ambrose.
You can also nominate on the floor, right?
So you want me to?
Absolutely.
So according to my understanding, and again, this is up to the board's interpretation, is that the board had to create a process. It was either a nomination process, where creating a nominating committee, creating a ballot, or then having nominations for the floor. That's my understanding, but it's, you guys have to discern that. That was,
We have certain rules in place. And we should not be changing these rules now. We're not going through this again.
I'm good. Listen, I'm just advocating on what
I
other
understand
board
the
members
question,
asked.
whether you can
We can
nominate.
move forward with the 3 ballot.
No, if it's legal
Let's
to
move
do
forward.
that and nominate,
Listen,
but I don't think it
we
is.
don't need the drama. Let's move
No, we
forward
don't.
with the 3
So the
ballots
question
that
should
we
have never
have.
been asked.
so, ladies and gentlemen, Chair, how would you guys like to move forward?
We
Did you
can
want to
move
explain
forward
this?
with what we have.
You want
Let's
to explain the process?
Yes, yeah, please.
Okay,
Is this the
so,
slate that was presented in the beginning?
yes, I'm gonna answer all these questions in my presentation.
Okay.
Okay? So like the chair mentioned, can I just get what attention, please? I'll wait. So like the chair mentioned, we have the ballots. These are the ballots. Each of you have a marker. And with your marker, you color in who do you want to be able to be chosen for that position in the marker space. Once you're done with that, making that choice, you place your ballot in the color-coded ballot box. Each of these ballot boxes have the colors on top. But when you make your vote, so that everybody's vote is counted, on the bottom, it asks for you to please sign your last name.
That was anonymous.
May I ask, why do we have to put in our last name?
I wanted to make sure, and this is up to again, if you make changes, the reason why we wanted to make sure is because we want to make sure there are no potentials for, or minimum potentials for challenges. So you want to write an initial, you want to just put a sign or something, but we would ask you to please put your last name on the ballot.
How was it done the
I
last
think,
time?
let's keep it
Last time.
confidential.
So yes.
Yeah.
So then you want, so you do not have, then, all right,
Keep it
so
confidential.
all right, so if you want to keep it confidential,
Because we could choose,
But we
pick and
must
choose
have-
what rules we could.
sure, understood, Chair. So now put your last name as the group just said, just make sure you put your ballot inside the box that's color coded. You can easily lift up, the ballot is taped to the box, and stick your ballot folded into the box, once you make your vote clear. Does anybody have any questions regarding what I only just said?
Which
So I-
have a question.
Chair, I don't know how you want to do it? Okay, yes.
Are we
Whoever's first.
Doesn't matter, let her ask a question.
Oh, no,
Who's first? I don't know.
For clarity, you said you have to mark the circle, no X's, no check marks, so that you don't invalidate somebody's, so be clear on that, because I don't want anybody to lose their vote because they put an X
Right.
or a check mark
So
because you
very-
said color it in.
That's a good question. So very easily, please fill in the complete circle on any side of your candidate's name. Please fill in the complete circle already given there for your candidate of your chosen's name.
The bubble box that you mean?
Does anybody not understand what I just said?
So when you say fill in the circle, because on here, plain English, fill in or place a mark in the circle next to the name.
So either or.
Candidate you wish to vote for.
You can do a circle, you can do, all right, see this, that, all right. So thank you for the clarification, Mr. Barber. Circle, mark, X, star, make it clear, a dot, make it clear. Do not vote, do not put a dot next to one person and then another person, because that will make that ballot invalid.
So,
Who is next, Chair? Anybody?
No, I think,
Who else
does
has
anyone else have a
questions?
question? Yes, Audrey.
so you said for clarification that if somebody wanted to be nominated, they could have them,
They just said no.
they said no.
Okay.
Right.
So,
No,
Can-
Freddie said no.
Okay, well, all right, so Freddie said that was not in, and moved the rules of the last time. So,
my second question is, so some of these board members don't know these people's names.
There you go. I was gonna ask that, Kim.
so the chair can decide if she wants to have each person who's on the stand up.
Yeah,
Stand
sure.
up.
Yeah,
That's one thing.
Would you like, Chair,
absolutely. Can we have each
minutes.
person who's running for chair to just introduce yourself?
There is a time
2-minute
limit.
introduction, maybe 3, but keep it brief.
just lift it up.
So should have happened.
Already?
So let's start with, board chair, Danny Barber.
My name is Daniel Barber, and I'm not running for the position.
Thank you.
Okay.
You withdraw?
Paola.
I'm withdrawing.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paola Martinez, and I appreciate the nomination from my fellow board members. The reason why I accepted the nomination to run as chair of this community board is because I think that we have to work together to strengthen the leadership bench, create a leadership bench for our community board. I think that over the years, we've had many individuals that have joined this board and have done a phenomenal job, from which I think I have learned a lot. I am truly grateful for each one of you, especially, Clarissa, Freddy Perez, Danny Barber, and each one of the individuals that not only care about their community, but they care so much that every Thursday evening and 3 more days of the week, they devote hours of time. This is not a simple job. It takes a lot of time. And as you know, time is the most valuable thing that we have in our lives, especially in New York City. So the commitment that each one of us demonstrate by joining this unpaid volunteer position speaks volumes. And I really want to thank you because when I joined the board a few years ago, I can remember if it was 1 or 2, I never thought that I would be nominated to become the chair. I am an immigrant from the Dominican Republic. My job in this community started 5 years ago when I was director of social services at the Betances houses. And as you know, this is also a very political position and demographics matter. This is predominantly a Latino community, Puerto Rican community. I am Dominican. So there's always that thing out there. But I think that the folks in this community board were able to see past that, and they are nominating me because they feel that I can work with each one of you. So I really want to thank you, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Paola.
Thank you.
We have Mohammed Sheikh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor and privilege to be here. From 2016 as of 2025, I am here. The day I feel myself appreciated. Here is board office, and there is NYPD and everyone, and my board colleagues. From 2016 to today, raise your voice, stand for the right thing to do. I feel that my board, I work with the 40 plus people, some point 50 people, right now probably 30 people. If I say individually X, Y, Z, I would feel better. But today, I have to mention a couple of the names that I work with. The outspoken Honorable Chair, she is here today. It is an emotional day for all of us. Losing her, he is not be with the executive body. But as he make a commitment to the community, to all of us, she will be asked if we need it. Probably she make the commitment, we will be here. From here, the big diversity in Bronx, in New York City, it is the beauty that I see, that I can speak from my mind on behalf of you. And that is why all of you are making the voice and trying to do the right thing voluntarily, not without no getting profit. And you always right for your right thing. And from here, from this board, it is something, please let me know when I am to finish. I don't know. I have to mention the name here. The name Mr. Daniel Berbera. When I stand here in South Bronx, he is the voice to stand for the right thing for my community, for my people. And that is why this board make me the chairman of immigration committee. Last 2 years, I spend my time, I spend my energy with all of you doing the right for the immigration things. And right now, what's going on with the immigration position to be here? I'm sorry, if anybody has to ask me a question, I will give the opportunity. So what I'm saying, being a chairman of the immigration committee, I have the opportunity to talk to our congresswoman, talk to my fellow board members, talk to my other community associates. And then behind the screen, as a vice president, I find somebody next to me. If I need some help, if I need some direction, he is here, and I recognize Honorable Vice Chair, Mr. Freddy Perez also. Couple of names I need to mention. I apologize because I have a limited with the time. Only concern I had with the ballot things.
Couple seconds left, sorry.
Sorry?
Just because we gotta get.
The last thing I have, I can see on my name, if you put the name alphabetically, I believe after Denny Barbara, Muhammad Sheikh is my name. Probably I can get little bit. This is something, but I take out from this name. That is at my face. But anyway,
Thank you, Mr. Sheikh.
it is not a big deal, but what I feel, equal opportunity, right for this time thing, that is why I'm here. I am blessed to be here, but by the way, I'm here. I have a graduation degree from Human Services. I'm overseas. I have a master's degree in political science. I apologize for my strong Indian accent.
Don't apologize, never.
Thank you all for the opportunity. All the best, everyone.
So those were your options for chair. For first vice chair, we have Ms. Burns. Ms. Burns. Oh, gee.
Good evening, everyone.
Sorry, Robert.
My name is Josephine Fernandez Byrne, and I have lived in.
Sorry. Guys. Let's give Ms. Burns some respect.
I have lived in this area since 1967. On and off. I have been a board member for about 14 years, going on 15. I'm very involved in my block and my community. I'm also chair of the Belvis Community Advisory Board as well. I worked for Lincoln Hospital for 32 years as a nurse midwife. So I see a lot of my patients in the community and they still see me. It's a wonderful thing to see. And I want to be part of this organization. I want to continue to be part of this organization and help it to move along as we've been doing this past couple of years. And I give it my all. I'm a responsible person, as people know, and people respect me a lot. And I think I bring that to the table. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Burns. And that is, and now we have the second vice chair who is, Ambrose is not here at the moment, but we have the other candidate, Cesar York.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cesar York. I live in public house. I have lived in public housing for over 30 years now, and I also have a master's degree in urban planning. So all my life, I have focused on this neighborhood to improve it. So right now, I was elected to be in New York City Environmental Justice Advisory Board member. So I'll be working throughout the city to help each community, to improve those areas. So that will be my role as an advisor. I currently am the chair of Environmental Justice and Sanitation. I've been there for almost 2 years, and as most of you know, all of you know, I tend to be here all the time. Here, I make it to all the meetings. I do my best to be there all the time, even if I'm working. Sometimes I change my schedule to be there at the meetings because I feel like volunteering. Some people say like volunteering is not work, but it is work. It is a form of work. We're working to improve the community, right? So one thing that hopefully to work with all the vice chair and the chair is to have more youth involvement and also have more technology, GIS. I was able to get New York Power Authority to do some education for the neighborhood regarding environmental justice and electricity. And also the city college, to do a study about the sanitation issues that happen in the neighborhood. So I do that. So I'm a type of person that's very pragmatic. I have ideas, I try to implement it. Even if they don't work, I always try. That's always been me. It's always been, that's the way I am my whole life. So thank you, and hopefully good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cesar. Thank you. All right, so hopefully at this time, if you haven't made your decision, I guess it's only me maybe.
I can't.
Yes, yes. Please walk your balance yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would have done it, but yeah,
I will not lose you.
because you have people who are gonna be. All right.
Like for the ballot, right?
Yeah, we're gonna move the meeting.
Yes, okay.
That's fine.
How are you, dear?
And then we'll do this, yeah, we'll let them talk to the, and then we'll do the recording so we can stop. Wrap it up. All right, okay, is everybody's ballot? Okay.
That's how you gotta have it on.
Last call for the ballot.
Thank you.
Is there any other ballots that are still outstanding?
Anybody else have a ballot?
Mine is our ballot.
All right. Ballots are in. We're locking in.
Is there one more left? There's one more
All
left.
right, ballots are still open.
Okay. There we go. All righty, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Declare closed?
Yes.
Has everybody voted?
Yes, that's fine. We're gonna move the phone. Who's counting ballots with you?
It is, we work on PD, the mayor's office, and we're gonna ask the Senator Serrano's office.
Okay, Paloma, you wanna be a part of that too?
It's the mayor's office.
Wait, do you have to, you would assist
Whose
in the
office?
borough president's office?
Okay, Kenny, yes.
Well, Chair, can you say that the ballot?
Yes, ballots are gonna be counted and we're gonna move the,
Say the ballots are closed, say that.
ballots are closed.
Voting is.
Vote is closed.
It's 9:30 and the polls are now closed.
Locked and moving.
All right, so now we're gonna go into the public session. Are there any speakers for public session?
Yes. Is Kimberly here? Kimberly.
What's that name so familiar?
No Kimberly. Anybody else? Anyone else?
No, I didn't, no. I didn't see the.
Anyone else?
Any other persons wishing to speak in public session? Ready? Ready. Mr. Francis raises his hand, Madam Chair.
Mr. Francis, 3 minutes.
Greetings, everyone. I attended the hearing last week about commission's licenses for casinos in Manhattan, and yesterday they voted and they rejected it. So now they're aiming for the Bronx. Take a good look at what the post is all about when they talk about putting a casino in Bronx County. Also, the concept for the new jail over on 141st Street and so forth. Every time I go to Manhattan, I take a good look at all these buildings down there, how tall they rise. And since every politician except one rejected the jail in their district, also they dropped off district over here. They could put the jail on top of the courthouse, anywhere they possibly can. And for some reason, they're taking their sweet time about deciding what to do. But they can build 40, 50, and 60-story apartment buildings on an island. And keep in mind, the Bronx is the only part of New York State connected to mainland. How come they can't put an extra 8 or 10 stories on top of the courthouse? I'd like to read that.
Thank you.
Wow.
Anyone else for public session? Before we move forward to the voting items. Okay, we're gonna move forward to the voting items, and I'm gonna pass it over to our chair of the licensing committee.
Good evening all. My name is Robert Barnes, the chair of the Committee of License and Permits. I just want to also thank the committee for meeting over the summer. We had a lot of permits and licenses that we had to renew. All the natures and some of the businesses and block parties and family days. So I want to thank the committee for meeting over the summer and for continuing work. As you can see, we had a host of license and renewals and new licenses that was brought to the committee. We had some renewals. I want to go over the first one. Is the Los Mangos Bar and Grill. The Hazma, let's do the Hazma Tours Corporation. That one was, the committee voted no, because there was too many young, NYPD reported too many young undersells to teenagers and minors. So that one was voted down by the committee. The next one was the La Patrona Restaurant. Is located 502 East 138th Street. The committee voted yes on that permit. And then we have the Nourish Cafe, which is located on 141 Alexander Avenue. It replaces the taco bar that used to be in that location. They came before the committee. They did a presentation. We heard what they would like to establish in the Bronx. The committee voted yes, and that's on the agenda to be voted for. And then we have the AAMP Hospitality Group LLC, 440 East 138th Street. They came also before the committee, and the committee voted yes to approve their license. Then we have the Imperial Restaurant, Cafe, and Bar. There was a no-show. They didn't come before the committee. So the committee did not approve their license. And then we have the Monte Restaurant Group, LLC. They came before the committee. They didn't come before the committee. And the committee did not approve their license. And we also have Desperado Marlene Inc. They also was a no-show, 849 Prospect Avenue. And then we have the Lesbian Nights Entertainment LLC, came before the committee with the extension of one of our board members. But the committee had a meeting in the interim, and they was approved by the committee members. We have the Los Mangos Bar and Grill. They was not approved by the committee because the NYPD said there was multiple complaints that was going on in the establishment, and they closed at 4 p.m. 4 a.m. Sorry, And that is located at 231 Brook Avenue. So we, the committee, decided to not approve their license, their renewal license. The Legends Softball Corporation, 580 East 161st Street, there was a no-show. They didn't come, so we did not approve them. Local Leisure Bar LLC, 47 Buckner Boulevard, they came before the committee approved their license. Rosa of the Park, they was a no-show at the committee, before the committee, which is located at 2568 Park Avenue. So as this, we tabled it, so we hopefully they're coming for us, and then we could, you know, they could. But at this point, we said no to their license. Flavor Restaurant and Lounge, they came before the committee, 3114 3rd Avenue. Very good group, located by the 42nd precinct. They came before the committee approved their license, and that's all the licenses. For the vote. Yeah,
Thank you.
I have a question for the chair.
Right before, go ahead.
So, I see that basically the no-shows didn't get approved, but if they came before the committee, you guys basically approved them. Right? So what is the criteria to be approved for renewal or to receive a liquor license?
Well, we would like the establishment to definitely come before the committee, especially if they're doing a renewal, because I'm sure some of them came before the committee before. And we would just, would like to see them and look at the application, go with some of the criteria that they put in the application. So if they're not here to explain, the reasoning, we table it and have no comeback. And also with the NYPD report.
So PD gives you the report on all of these places that.
Yes. It's
311 reports.
in the packet. Yes.
And they make a recommendation.
Yes.
So based on 311 calls or 911 calls or other investigations that they have been involved in that in that establishment, whether it's underage drinking, prostitution, shootings and stabbings, the committee gets a report, and then we still vet the applicant to give them the opportunity to respond. And most of the time, it's just the committee does the job.
But these guys to show.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, to all the members, when we receive the 30-day notice, the board immediately sends out a document we created with the chair that also puts the committee on notice that, so anybody from the community sees that this establishment is questionable or has issues, that they are invited to come to the committee meeting and to the full board meeting to testify about whether or not there is any concerns or support for that business.
And have there been any businesses that you've approved that within that 30-day time frame you had to go back to relook at?
Yeah. There's been businesses in the past that's happened. Like the one here, for a long time, they kept coming back.
Chicanito.
Yeah, right.
There's a stabbing that allegedly the virus stemmed from the business. He's not gonna open the door with it.
Because the reason why I'm asking so many questions is because you go out, when you go out, you visit some of these places and you see things. And it's not always reported for you to get that report.
That's the problem.
Like I go into restaurants, and I see 2 names on here where I've been, and I've seen underage drinking.
So we
in
need
the
you to
restaurant.
send in those reports, Mr. Board Member.
And whatnot. So I mean.
But also, if you've seen that, have you contacted 311 or?
I mean, I'll tell them yo, I sit on the community board and I'm gonna blow you up. Yeah, I'm going back to tell it. If I see it, I'm gonna say something.
Right. So if that happens, if you saw that business and that information got back to the chair, he probably would have bought that up. Absolutely.
Right. And I usually go by and look at them also in the areas. So, definitely.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you.
So I do want you to have to say your part
Right.
before we
Yes,
go
yes,
into
to-
the, yeah, you have to say, yeah. No, you have to abstain, yep, okay.
I'm a board member and I have to abstain from one of the voting items on the liquor licenses, because I'm on this we did a presentation, so I can't vote on that one item, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Let's Be Nice Entertainment, I am the owner.
Thank you. So you'll abstain from the.
I abstain from that vote.
So what we're gonna do now is can we get a motion to accept the committee's,
Recommendation.
recommendations on these items, on all of these?
I, Freddie
liquor
Perez, make a motion to accept the recommendations of the liquor license committee with respect to each one of these applicants and how it was voted upon. So whatever was no, and whatever was yes, was yes.
Can we get a second?
Okay, I, Argelia Ortiz, second that motion to accept.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, I'm sorry. Any abstentions?
Danny Barber.
Or you did it too.
Okay. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Passes. Thank you.
No
Sorry.
clapping, no clapping.
Okay, District Manager, your report?
Okay, great. Thank you, Chair, and thank you to everybody. Welcome back to those who's your first day back to school, board stuff. So,
I forgot about it.
amazing summer. We were able to still be able to facilitate the highest number that I've.
Sorry.
No worries. That's okay, man. We're still able to facilitate the highest number received of constituent services interactions. We are going to be able to provide a full report because we're looking at technology-wise to be able to reverse our system for a usual Excel system to a program called Casebooks. Casebooks is a very sophisticated system that gives daily updates on the constituent services. And so that's something that we're working towards. The next thing we did, we had an amazing summer youth employment program where we had young people between the ages of 16 to 19 who was here to be able to participate civically in some of the issues that were happening in the community. So I'm excited about that.
Cool.
What else can I talk about? We've been working closely with the mayor's office on the issue that relates to the closure of the hub and trying to reactivate it. So working very close on those issues. I didn't prepare a report because I was as part of the agenda, so I'm happy to answer any questions.
Did you guys do pantry in the summer? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's up to the chair to call on whoever she wants to call on.
Yeah.
No, I was just asking if we did pantry, because I missed out on doing the pantry, thank you.
Yes, we had an amazing food pantry program, yes.
What's your name?
Walter.
From an organization?
Yeah, I'm in my community, but I also live in the area I'm
Yeah.
resident.
Awesome, for free.
I was wondering about the reopening of the hub. Maybe you could give a little bit more context.
There's a group, Third Avenue Bid is working with the mayor's office to lead that initiative. To talk about, it's not the opening, it's the Roberto Clemente Plaza within the hub. And so we're working on trying to think strategically what are some opportunities to be able to generate activity in that space, because we all know what it was. And unfortunately, the administration made a decision that the first step was to close it down. And so now we are trying to figure out how to creatively use that space for opportunities so that everyone in the community can enjoy it. And so we are having conversations every 2 weeks at the Third Avenue Bid office to discuss what those opportunities look like.
Okay.
So if you're interested, we have your contact information. We would love to be able to make sure you're at the table talking about what we can use that space for.
Thank you.
I'm interested.
Cool. Mr. Barber?
So when you say reopen it, hate to always be the devil's advocate. They moved, well, I'm gonna help them out today. They moved from the Roberto Clemente area
To the hallways.
into
The side streets.
to the side streets.
Yeah.
They're on 149th Street, right across the street from Lincoln Hospital.
Yeah, so.
Laid out in front of Marvin Goldsberg's office. He's been there for 9 million years. In front of the Dunkin' Donuts, and whatnot. They're even going into the nitrogen developments into the stair halls. They're breaking into the motor rooms, setting up apartments.
Yes.
There needs to be more than just a talk about reopening. Give them some help. It's sad to say that the Roberto Clemente Plaza went millions of dollars over budget and whatnot, and then for the space to be a shooting gallery in broad daylight, and it was acceptable by the mayor and the city for so long until you guys started bringing the light on it and shining the light and making noise. So it needs to be bigger than just reopen it, because now you need to go into the outskirts where you're pushed all of the dereliction and clean that up as well. Because that's what needs to come to the table. If they're not willing to do that, then the people need to start exercising their voice, because their voice is power.
I have a question.
Thank you. I want to close.
I want
to give you a chance, and then I want to move forward.
Okay. So, we hear you. Our brothers and sisters have been suffering there unattended to, unnoticed for a very long time. And we know that this closing the plaza, this move the issue from one part of the district to all over the district. And so we are working with the providers. We're working, Health and Human Services has studied this, Policy Administration has studied this, to be able to talk about, first, how do we make sure our organizations that are supposed to be assisting our brothers and sisters are actually assisting our brothers and sisters. Because we want to make sure that they are just not passionately providing resources, but not really providing resources. We understand that this is an issue that has exacerbated over a period of time. So I agree with you. We also want to make sure that our brothers and sisters who are in need of housing or have housing instability have access to immediate access to housing, because we know that the street homeless policy, the way it goes right now, we have to wait 2 days, 3 days before I interact with someone who's street homeless and before we actually find them a space. We're trying to decentralize that and make that so that you get immediately, if you say, I want access to resources to find housing, I get that you have access to getting it immediately. So yes, answer your question, we're being thoughtful, mindful, and considerate to the issue, and understand how it has impacted the businesses about the district.
That sounds all good.
Thank you. Does that conclude your report?
Yes.
Is your report concluded?
Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know, someone else, I don't know, other people.
Sorry. Can you be a little bit more explicit in terms of the conversation? What exactly are y'all coming up with? Like, what's on the list so far?
This is, I think, being led by NYPD, Third Avenue bid.
The mayor's office.
The mayor's office.
Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. These are all conversations being led by their office. We are, and so
part of that conversation?
we have not been part of that conversation for a period of time. We're now working to be engaging within that conversation.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Everybody keeps telling us what's good for us, and nobody comes to talk to us. So you give a message. If you want to be the messenger, please be the messenger. Mr. Barber said, if he doesn't get a seat at the table, he's gonna have a press conference on the middle of 149th Street with 1 million residents. And then tell them, see if we can get our seat at the table. And when the mayor's office come out from counting the votes in the back, you tell Mr. Emmanuel to take that back to his bosses.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we are gonna move forward with the public safety report.
Holy shit, that's good.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
All right. I don't know if anybody met me last time. I was, Lincoln Hospital when we sat there. I'm one of the newly checked in XOs. Not that new, right? A few months. It seems like it's been a year. So this is the other XO, Captain Lechowski, right? The volume.
What's your name?
Captain Ramos. So the volume of stuff we deal with, in the 4L, it's tremendous. That's why certain commands, right? They get allotted 2 XOs.
So that's what we have now, so.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna read
What
out
does XO stand for?
executive officer, second in command of the precinct. So I'm gonna
So
go,
that's right under
Yes.
Callahan.
correct, if he's not there, we fill in on certain things, he's overseeing everything. So, a lot of times we come to his meetings, if he's not here, we speak on behalf of him, right, and his mission. All right, so moving forward, I'm gonna go over some of the,
And this is the 4-0. This is not PSA 7.
the 4-0, correct, yeah, we're gonna have a PSA 7 as well here. We have it. All right, I'm gonna go over the crime stats real quick. We're looking pretty good. 28-day comparison to last year, we are down in crime, in all index crimes, right? Overall index crimes, I mean. Now, where we are up, I'm gonna do the breakdown, right? Homicides are flat, which means 0 versus 0. Rape, we're looking at 5 versus 4. Primarily like domestic stuff. Robbery 61 versus last year's 56. We're looking at felonies 84 versus 88. So we're losing by 4 for the 28-day. A lot of those are close to uniform arrest, and so is burglaries as well. Burglaries, we're looking like it's 32 versus 32. So we're flat, but a lot of those are uniform arrests, detective arrests. The majority is patrol making those arrests. So we'll get the call, we'll go there, make the arrest, and a lot of times when we do, the squad does catch a case, they do, the turnaround rate is like maybe like a week or 2 weeks. All right, so grand larcenies, we are 91 versus 96. 24 grand larceny, GLAs is 24 to 29, so we're losing. So we're looking at 5% change in that. 90. So total, we're looking at an overall decrease in 28-day index crimes by 2.7% decrease. All right, now I just wanted to also, because I know last time I was here, you guys had a lot of questions in regards to like 311s, right? It's not just general questions, but specific questions as it relates to what you're dealing with in your corner when you come outside. And overall, I just wanted to give you a perspective. A lot of times we spit out all these stats are just stats, but you guys might be dealing with certain things across the board that, it's like this is unique to wherever you're coming from, right? So I just want to give you a general idea so we could all be on the same page maybe so you can understand a little more. So 911 calls, right? Overall, in the 40 precinct, the last 28 days, for the year 2025, this year, 28-day period, we took 19,623 911 calls.
Wow.
Right? We have about 290 some officers in general.
And there's a task force specifically for the 311 calls right now, right?
So now, this is 911 calls.
Oh, 911.
311 calls, I'm gonna tell you right now what they are. So, but 911 calls, we're looking at a 3.7% increase in 911 calls. So we're getting a lot of calls, right? Which is like about 701 more calls than the 28-day period last year. Now, moving forward, you look at the 311s, right? We're looking at an increase in 1.6% in 311 calls, right? Which it lands the 4-0, right? We're the 5th. There's 12 commands, 12 precincts in the Bronx. We're landing in number 4 right now in terms of borough wide, right? When it comes to handling 311. So we're doing pretty good. When you call us right now, we have the Q team. They're constantly out there. We just had a Q stat. Well, a different borough had a Q stat earlier, but that's coming down the pipeline. So all this accountability coming from the top and relaying this information to the officers are tremendous. So we need your help as well.
What's a Q stat?
Q stat is quality of life stat. So those are the officers that there has to be priorities. Think about it, like, right? We have officers responding to priority calls, 911 jobs, but then we also have now the 311 system. You can't do both. So we try to now, spread the work so we can actually be more effective. Anyway, so hopefully I give you a little general idea of what's, what we're dealing with on our end. So now I'm gonna field some questions. I'm gonna field, if it could be general. If it's specific questions, we can do this on the sidebar. I don't want to take away from what you guys got going on here.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. This has to do with 988 because I was in a train. I was in a train.
You said 988?
Oh, 988.
That's the mental
people with disabilities.
Okay, gotcha.
So 98, I was in a train and there was the young person that got noticed he had a disability. So he was standing there, sometimes touching people. But I called 98. I called them and said, somebody had to come here, a professional had to come here to deal with the situation. And what they said to me is you gotta call 911 and get the cops. So I just wanted to know if that also is happening, has that been happening in the district as well? Because two cops came in, and I almost stopped them because they grabbed the kid, they put a lot of force on the kid, and then they handcuffed him right there on the spot. And 98 didn't do squat because all they could do is listen. I'm not sure what's happening with that. Are you been dealing with that lately?
So as far as it goes to the police response, I can speak on behalf of that. In regards to like another agency that works with us, I'm gonna find out specific protocols, right? But for us, when we get there, if somebody's acting really erratic, the reason why they're getting cuffed is because now we know they're safe and we're safe, and more so for them, because a lot of times they'll do stuff to themselves, you know? So we look at it in those terms.
I understand. I'm a person with disabilities too. I'm a member of NAMI and also Fountain House, so I know what it is. I have a lot of friends who have this, so sometimes people, they misunderstand. But so are you saying at those moments he wasn't doing much? He just needed to talk to. But what they did, was something that I noticed for a lot of people that I know from my group and stuff like that. They were like, you need to get out of the car. You need to do this. And the kid he didn't know what to do. So, and then they grabbed him, and then they grabbed his leg, and then they took him out of the car, and then they handcuffed him. That's the thing, because I have a lot of friends out there, especially with Fountain House and NAMI, that deal with that. So somebody has to have a conversation with 98, what's happening, and the mayor's open. When they come in, that would be the question too, because why do we have 98 if they're not doing nothing?
Thank you, Cesar.
One second, let me get somebody.
Shorten.
Can you write that down?
Can this be a one-off? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but just to give you guys perspective, a lot of times we get phone calls, and the way it comes over the radio dispatcher, somebody might call, right? They may make it more than what it really is. And when we get there, our mindset is safety, safety, safety. So we have to, do what we need to do.
I'm gonna let's take one more question, because we also have PSA 7. So let's take Stephanie.
And we got 7 minutes, right?
You mentioned
I read it.
the downside of the grand larceny. What are your preventatives when it comes to the grand larceny?
So grand larceny in general, so you're talking about grand larceny autos, right? So, okay.
People live in a certain area multiple times, what are your precautions for that?
Either what, like car break-ins?
Car break-ins.
All right, there's grand larceny. Yeah, so somebody going to the car and taking stuff, right?
Taking
So,
stuff, breaking windows, etc.
Yeah, so we have crime prevention that hands out flyers. And if y'all know, if you see an uptick, we try to do it on our end, but also like communication has to be coming both ways. So reach out to the command. We can send a crime prevention officer to a large group, event.
I have the problem.
Yeah, so what I'll do is, we'll field the individual.
150th between Cincinnati and Union, and I probably have made.
Yeah, because last time I was here, this was briefly addressed. There was a lady, I don't know if she's here right now. There was an issue on Brook and Westchester with car breakings, and because of the dark street or not enough lights and people just breaking into cars. But we can discuss your situation as well. It's usually darker alley, not frequently visited by people where people just have an opportunity to go in and break into the car. But what we can do is we can just increase patrols in that area and concentrate on that. But if you have any specifics on that, we can discuss it after the meeting.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, we could talk to DOT, see if we could set up some more lighting and stuff. So we'll work. Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm gonna
PSA 7.
PSA 7.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Like I said, you have any questions? My business card. Oh, my hat. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, I'm Sergeant Lampert, Sergeant Asiles from the PSA 7 New Q team. So we're going to be addressing, quality of life. We do the 301 calls, we do all of them as much as we can. But we're also here to address the actual quality of life conditions for housing. The borough has their own cops they're gonna speak to. So what we do for housing, we have who's from housing here? So we have an email you guys should write down.
Can that email be sent out to the board, to everybody?
This email, if you email this email, is everybody on our team?
For housing, so the borough has their own email, so.
Yeah.
You know,
If you give it to the district manager also, he can send it out to everybody. But if anybody wants to kind of take a picture of it,
he'll read it out first and then.
Yeah, I'll read it out.
pass it around.
It's D as in dog, G as in George. Dash, P, S, A.
Wait, ESA?
So D as in dog, G as in Gary.
ESA.
Dash, P as in Peter, S as in Sam, A as in Adam, the number 7, Q as in Quest, and then TEAM, team, at NYPD.org.
So when you email that, that goes to the entire Q team. So if you want to, so if you don't want to necessarily call 311, if it's more, sometimes there's like a call that's bigger than just like going on right now.
Oh, no, don't deter. We need to call 311 because that needs to go on, that needs to go into the city data.
Yeah, no, I know
So
that.
call 311 and email. That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying, for the email is more for like a continuous condition, like maybe it's not going on at the moment. So
yeah,
some buildings we have homeless knocking on doors. Maybe it's not going on right at that moment, right? So you email that, it's like, hey, we have a problem here on the 3rd floor of such address. We have a guy coming around like 11 o'clock at night and keeps continuously knocking on our doors.
I got it.
So maybe it's not going on like right then there. You can't call 311 for that, but that's something that we know, that we're aware of. So we can go there at that time and maybe see what that's about.
Is there any stats from you guys?
No, we don't have stats. We actually just started like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, just question. Oh.
We're gonna start doing verticals in nature buildings.
Our team we do
Daily.
daily.
What's the building that you're?
I'm talking about Andrew Jackson House, 765 Cortland.
Right. We continuously do interiors in those.
Because I see no officers walking. There's officers that station there on every corner that will not move from that corner. The only way I get verticals is because I'm the citywide chair for nature. And I deal with all the commissioners of every city agency. And I gotta call the chief of the housing bureau in order to get something done. Now that you got Hidalgo as your commanding officer, we work great together. But before that, in the interim, when Quo left, and there was a gap, we got nothing.
Well, those guys in the corner, that's a mobile field force post. They don't actually run the PSA 7. So they don't, yeah, they're supposed to just be on that corner. But we have our own team that goes, we do interiors.
You don't get it at Jackson, boys.
May I bring something up? My main question here is, there is a big issue with the noise ordinance situation of people have a loud box at 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and nothing is being done about it. There are businesses, this is really the Jackson houses, but they're also doing it on Melrose, okay? And in the Mott Haven region too. So it's been a very big issue. There are also businesses, there's a large truck that parks all night. It happens a lot on weekends. It's a rolling motor sound, okay, disturbing the whole complex.
It's like a speaker, or it's just like
What she's talking about is on the weekends, it's the 18-wheeler that's parked on the corner of 157th Street between 157 and 156 in Cortland. When she's addressing the music, she's talking about the young people who mothers live in a development and they're hanging out in the lobby of 785 Cortland, smoking hookah in the building. Everybody's smoking weed. They say call the police and nobody comes. And when they do come, they'll be like so and so from the 7th floor called us. and it's supposed to be anonymous.
Yeah.
So now you caused the problem.
Right.
You done caused Miss Jones' kid to get beat up.
Mhm.
Yes.
So now Miss Jones
Yes.
is waking me up as the president in the middle of the
Yes.
night because they're knocking on her door to beat
Sorry.
up little Jones.
Yes,
Thank you.
exactly. It's been an issue for a long
Yeah,
time,
well,
and nothing is being done about
the
it.
first, that 18-wheeler I know you're talking about, we approached him about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We gave him a time limit, but I know he has the 18-wheeler and he has a few like scrapper. Yeah.
No, you're talking about on 156th Street.
Right.
He gotta go. Because
No, I know, we've already, yeah.
you already took everybody, you're taking all of the car wash vans that people are making a living, and they're obviously not robbing the steal.
Right.
Okay, but this guy does scrap metal.
Right, yeah.
He
yes.
already had a camper, RV,
Yeah.
that caught fire next to the mobile boiler for Melrose houses, and the boiler almost went up and boom. If the boiler would have blew, the building would have went.
So we spoke to him about a week and a half ago, gave him a time frame, and we told him everything's gotta be.
How much time?
We gave him 2 weeks, so ready stuff. So the guy that gave it 2 weeks is gonna start doing it, we told him all out.
Can you guys provide us with an update
Yeah.
on what the follow-up is with that?
Yeah.
Please,
So
can
he
we
has
follow up?
He has, it's like, he has like trucks everywhere. He's got the main one that he was talking about.
Is there an
He's got-
email that we can use?
Yeah, the district manager will give you the email.
So we are working on that. But
Okay.
he's got, we told him he's got everything out, it's not his parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, he's treating it like it's a,
Yeah,
like it's a private business, but you gotta have a lot for that. It's not.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All
All
right.
right, we're gonna move forward into the elected officials report.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you could, please, so we can move along. Is anybody here from the mayor's office? Okay. All right, guys, can we just make sure we? Mayor's office, yes. His name?
Emmanuel. My name is Emmanuel Martinez. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, good to see you guys.
Hello.
Freddie, can you please close that door behind you?
I was not
Thank you.
expecting to turn off the lights. I'm sorry about that.
That's the time, Manuel.
Nor was I expecting to be here. I think it's much more better in terms of being a facility like this, close to one another, and we get to hear one another. I think that's very important. So just brief updates right now. So, over the summer, we've been really working hard to really give out affordable housing. I know it's not pertaining to this particular area, but Fordham Landing just announced that they'll be having new housing going up, new housing development going up, and I can send information on that to the board. I know I've been sending emails over the summer to every one of you guys. I've talked about the prayer faith-based team who's been really pushing to get our churches and clergy groups together to kind of come up with a consolidated plan for our youth development, and we've been really successful in that. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that over the summer, although we took a break, I've been out on these streets with Anthony Jordan, Pedro Suarez, to talk about the Roberto Clemente Plaza. Now, we know that there is an open drug issue around this particular area. Steadily focusing on how do we combat it, but what we really want to do is address the issue, not just push it away, right? So I want to make sure that people are clear that we did not close the process to push people out. What we wanted to do is to focus on real good initiatives that would allow us to place back nonprofits, business owners, and also NYPD to address some of the issues in that area. So over the summer, we've been doing that.
And do you have a list of those initiatives?
Yeah, I do have a list of those
Can you
initiatives,
share
and I
those
can also
with us?
share that with the board as well, with all the announcements across the city. And I mean, for the most part, that's pretty much concludes my updates. If you have any questions actually one more. The mayor did announce that 350 Chromebooks that was pushed out. Not pushed out, was given out to students across the city as a back to school initiative. I can give you the list of the schools that was given to that as well. It was actually announced 2 weeks ago at DeWitt Clinton High School as well. But that concludes my report.
What's your name?
Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Can I ask him a question?
Sure.
Real quick question. So, I'm sorry, sir. and she working for his office, and you gotta get beat up right now. So the mayor introduced a program called Big Apple Connect. There are 20 developments within NYCHA that are called trouble areas. One place has already been hooked up to NYPD's cameras. The mayor is using Big Apple Connect and for NYPD to spy on these 20 areas. That is atrocious. The residents did not sign up. They live in a financial desert. They've been the poorest congressional district for the last 40 years. And the only thing that changed us from being the poorest congressional district was the election that was held for Congress. It was rezoned a couple of days before the election, where we're now listed with Riverdale. So we need more information on this Big Apple Connect. What are the 20 developments that the mayor and them is spying on? And if they do come into public housing with the facial recognition, Mr. Barber's gonna sue you in court.
Take it a note.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all. I'm gonna be here, and if you have any other additional questions, I'll be here, yeah.
Thanks, Emmanuel. Borough President's Office.
Good evening, everyone. To all new members of Community Board, we welcome you. To our returning Community Board members, we welcome you. To the next to the past, our incumbent leadership, we thank you for your leadership. I know some of you I know like 30 years, and some of you I know just a year or two. But this is one of the most industrious community boards, and the borough president thanks you for your service. And we know that the things that are happening in our districts, we're working very closely with the BID. We're working with our community board, our district manager, our illustrious community board personnel. We want to solve the situations that are going on. We're working with our colleagues. We're working with our new groups. We had the district manager took me on a tour of the door recently, where other CEOs that are working, with Roberto Clemente Plaza. We want to see a solution binding with that. We're also looking at increase in gangs and other things. We're working with our NYPD brethren. The borough president allocated over $4.5 million in funding for fiscal year 26 to support a range of impactful projects in our district, including critical infrastructure, education enhancements, local schools, more cameras, anti-dumping. So these are things that she's working. She hosted the community board swearing in presentation. The Bronx Borough president allocated $1.5 million to clean streets and clean and safe streets. So, and I'm gonna go, the Bronx Borough president is also launching Healthy Bodega Fresca, 2025 Healthy Fall Choices. The Bronx Borough president will be having, she's been instituting with her staff and our court officers in the Supreme Court building, the Borough Hall, Wellness Wednesday. We're gonna be making Wellness Week. We're encouraging a running program, yoga, chair yoga. We're working with Orisha Homeless and Female Fight Club, September the 24th, Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. at Joyce Kilmer Park on 161st Street across from Borough Hall, between Walton and Grand Concourse. Please join us. The Bronx Renaissance Bronx Fashion Week is Thursday, September the 25th at Borough Hall, 851 Grand Concourse. Seating begins at 4, showtime begins at 5. Dress to impress. You may be called to walk the floor. The Bronx Borough President and the Disabilities Council is holding Empower Ability Career Fair for all abilities, Wednesday, October the 1st, 2025, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come early. Bring your resume. Bring copies of your resume. 851 Grand Concourse in the Rotunda. And finally, our 31st annual Tour de Bronx 2025 Sunday, October the 5th. You can register at ilovethebronx.com, ilovethebronx.com. We have flyers circulated as a QR code. And again, a member of FDNY, we're still hoping that their injuries was not career ending, but our hopes and our prayers are with you. Again, thank you very much. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. Any questions?
Thank you, Kenny. Is anybody here from Richie Torres's office?
Let's go Yankees, let's go.
Ocasio, AOC's office. Jose M. Serrano.
All right. I'll be brief because I've given this newsletter. I just want to say that we are having a shared event. If you will want to share some important documents that you don't need, that you don't want anyone to know. So that will be in Patterson Houses. The truck will be located on East 143rd Street between 3rd and Norris Avenue. It will be on Friday, October 10, between 9 a.m. and 12 noon. So, event. And then we are having speaking hours every Wednesday at the Council member Diana Vela's office. And the next one will take place at on September 30th at Morrisania Air Rights Center from 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. If you have any questions, if you need anything from our office regarding housing, unemployment, anything that has to do with state law, you can call at 212-828-5829, 212-828-5829.
Can I see that?
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone here from Honorable Luis Sepulveda's office? Not here? Let's go to New York State Assembly. Anyone from the Honorable Chantel Jackson's office? Honorable Amanda Septimo's office?
Never.
New York City Controller Brad Langer's office? New York City Public Advocate Yumani P. Williams? New York City Council Member Rafael Salamanca Jr. Maritza?
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Maritza Wiggins. I work for Councilmember Salamanca Jr. On August 14, the council member introduced the intro bill 1368, which will require New York City businesses to give a 10-day bereavement leave for families who lost their family in gun violence. This will ensure that they get the proper respect and the adequate time to mourn and grieve their loved ones. Our office is open Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know. And that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Ayala's office.
Gloria was
Good
here.
evening, everyone. I'm Gloria Cruz. For the next 3 months, my member is term limited, so for the next 3 months, I will still be at our location. We will have a new member in January. But as always, we're always there to take care of anything in our flyers. I know we only have 3 minutes, so everything that we do and everything that we need is here. But it's very important. The council member would like you to not be misled by mayor's ad misleading ballots. So all the information is in here because the proposals that are in the back of the ballots as we go forward with a brand new administration in January. So when you vote, to please go over it because it's about affordable housing, gentrification, things like that, and all the information is here. So all you have to do is like, I guess, Google it or scan. And the next thing is HPD in our district. We also have something that is very important to me, which is the street co-naming for Miss Nellie McKay. and it's in the flyer.
Mhm.
And on Saturday, September 20th, at 1 p.m., Ms. McKay was a longtime member, a longtime community member, and it's very important for everyone to please, if you can, recognize her long work here at the board. Any questions or any concerns, you could address now, or you can always email or call, and the information is on here. Anyone?
Thank you.
Thank you.
District Attorney's Office.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Ooh, excuse me. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jumana Escalera. I am a community engagement coordinator for the district attorney. We have a few upcoming events. So the first event is a reentry employment resource fair. That's going to be at St. James Recreation Center at 2530 Jerome Avenue. It's going to be September 30th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. As usual, we will have DMV services present. We'll also have job readiness programs. We'll also have on-site interviews as well as suits and dresses to give out to people. Our next event we have is the 5K to end domestic violence. We call it a run, walk, and roll. We say roll because we're actually going to have roller skating. So if you guys are interested in participating in something a little different, we'll have that as well. That's going to happen October 18th, Saturday, from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Rain or shine. I don't actually have any of the flyers, so if you do want the flyers, I'll give you my number at the end, and you can text me whichever one you're interested in, and I'll text you the flyer. And once again, like I said before, this is going to be fun. It's going to be on 161st Street and Grand Concourse. And then lastly is our Youth Advisory Council. We're still looking for students of ages 14 to 18 to participate in the conversation around gun violence in the Bronx community with the district attorney as well as some other elected officials and NYPD officers. So if you have students who are interested, please let us know. And then just like a little snippet, I know people have been asking about gun buybacks. It's been mentioned. We're going to have one soon, likely in November, and it will likely be in the Fordham area. So we're still working on the logistics of that. So you can let people know who are interested that we will be having a gun buyback soon because it's been asked for since I started, and I started in 2023. We're having one soon. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any committee reports? Do we have committee reports?
None,
No.
Chair.
No. Let's move with. Do you have a brief?
Yeah, very brief.
Life-changing, what Richie Torres?
Hi, everybody, good evening. I'm very happy to be back for another year with you all at CB1. So I just have two quick brief announcements. First one is that Richie Torres is a co-sponsor on House Resolution 4482. This is the Stop the NOAA Closures Act. This is introduced by Reps Gabe Amo and Jared Hoffman with Congressman Richie Torres co-sponsoring. This bill would block the closure of 10 National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration labs and facilities. It would specifically prevent the Trump administration from closing NOAA facilities, terminating leases, stopping construction, consolidating labs, limiting public access to these critical sites. In addition, the Congressmember also joined 94 colleagues in Congress in demanding answers from Secretary Kristi Noem and ICE Acting Director Todd Lyons. Concerns stem from alarming reports that Dreamers under DACA protections are being detained or even deported despite their lawful protections. Rep. Torres co-signed a letter led by Rep. Delia Ramirez and Sylvia Garcia condemning the blatant disregard for Dreamers' rights. The Dreamers contribute to our community, economy, and country. They're simply asking that the legal protections that were promised are respected and enforced. Congressman Richie Torres is committed to ensuring these protections remain strong, transparent, and fully upheld. Unfortunately, I don't have any updates, events that are coming up in the near future, but if anyone would like to sign up for our newsletter, we should have some exciting stuff coming in the next couple of months, and hopefully next month I'll have some exciting events to share with you all. As always, we're here for any constituent services with a federal agency. If it's not with a federal agency or not in our district, we're more than happy to point you in the right direction.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay.
And we did that good.
Cecil, you have something for the congressman?
No.
Oh, what's up?
My point is like,
Go for it.
I'd like to apologize for being late. Little hiccup, went to Lincoln and my phone died. But I heard I could ask for the possibility for clarification if there's any window for one more vote to be heard.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that, Cecil. All right. No, any old business?
None, Chair.
New business?
None, Chair.
Okay, let's go with the election.
With 22 ballots that were counted for the second vice chair to take office immediately, there is 8 votes counted for Cesar York and 14 votes counted for Gandhi Ambrose. With 22 votes counted for board vice chair to take office immediately, with 1 vote cast for Paola Martinez and 21 votes counted for Josephine Fernandez Burns. For the office of chair to take office immediately, with 22 votes counted, 2 for Mr. Danny Barber, 3 for Mr. Mohammed Sheikh, and 17.
I want to give you the transfer of the seat.
I'll give you a hug.
A symbolic.
I'll give you a hug.
I want to say, like, I think the community board will be in really good hands with this leadership. I will stay close. This is home. It will forever be home. I will continue to be part of the community board. And I say we gotta continue to do this work together. Together. We gotta, bring in the energy, continue to engage our communities, continue to be out in the community, and really take care of our community board. So, Paola, guidance and supporting. So, thank you. I'm gonna adjourn. Yes.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to accept the ballots.
Sure.
I second it. Audrey De Jesus.
Any abstentions?
No.
Any discussion?
No.
We accepted the ballots. All right. I am adjourning the meeting.
Thank you.
Give me a hundred, Bernie.
I think you're here.
That'd be fine. No, I wasn't.